Sorry, no teleporting today. I've got someone going through an existential journey inside of me. Phrasing. Greetings, geeks and geekerellas. It is me. I am back for Cloak and Dagger. Oh boy. This episode continues to be weird and freaky and really deep. Which that seems to be a trend going on right now between this, Legends, and Doom Patrol, and I'm really liking it. But anyway, let's jump into Cloak and Dagger. So, spoiler warning. If you guys haven't seen the episode, go watch it, then come back and tell me what you think. Comments down below. We pick up like immediately where we left off. And through Ty and Tandy talking, we find out that Connors, he sent him, he doesn't know where, and he hasn't brought him back because he's afraid of it, that he can't take him down again. But Tandy's like, we need Mayhem. So she riles him up, gets angry so she can go inside of him. Phrasing. And then the story splits into two. Tandy goes to this other dimension. It looks like it's a pocket dimension. And right there is Guardian of the Crossroads. Which, I like that they did that, and they said that he went by many different names. And I gotta do a redaction, I was wrong. I thought that was Connors at the end of last week's episode, but it was really O'Reilly's boyfriend, who was really the Crossroads guy. And he tells Tandy that the only way to get out of there is to go through. So she has to go on this journey and she has to give up her powers. But because she has to give up her powers, we find out that Ty has to give up his powers, which makes his situation worse. But we'll get into that later. Tandy goes in, she finds O'Reilly. Well, no, she finds Mayhem, sorry, my bad. She finds Mayhem, and they kind of start jumping into Tandys Past. Well, first of all, they find this record store that's got all these women missing. Like, tons of women missing, but one of them is Tandy. And so they start listening to Tandy's records. And the ones that Tandy doesn't recognize are ones from her childhood that she's just displaced. One was her parents fighting when she was a baby. With, weirdly enough, a very haunting, good rendition of Hit Me Baby One More Time in the background, which has multiple meanings in this scenario. Oh boy. Then we got another one of her with her parents fighting while she's trying to drown it out with headphones. And then we get the last one before Tandy freaks, that she finds out that due to her parents fighting when she was younger, she actually ran away. Which goes into the whole fact that Tandy running has been in her system even before her dad died. which was interesting. There's also some other existential type stuff with Tandy going on, but I've got another video to do, so I can't dive into it too much. What I can say is that she realizes that Mayhem is going back to the place where they saw Connor staying, and Connors is afraid of Ty, but he's got like full on beard and everything. He actually apologizes for killing while Mayhem's trying to kill him. And so Tandy starts fighting Mayhem. And she breaks the rules, because part of the rules is that you can't use your powers. So that causes some, for lack of a better word, mayhem to happen. And now we get into Ty's story. Ty's story is that he finds out through Connors that the gang that he messed over by stealing their girls, well, stealing, he freed them because they were kidnapped, is coming after him for retribution. They found out who he is, so he's like, shit, they're gonna go to my house of residence, which is my mom and dad's place. But we find out that his mom and dad are separated, and that it's only his mom there. And so he's like, going to my mom to save my mom. Gonna use my powers to just bolt out of here. And he's like, Mom, don't get freaked out. But like I said, he doesn't have his powers because Tandy decided to give them up for the journey. So then he and his mom have to go on the run, which we find out his mom maybe hasn't had the squeakiest of pasts herself. She knows how to hotwire a car. Well, not hotwire a car, but she knows how to carjack a car using a screwdriver. And they go on the run together, they talk. This is when we find out that maybe this whole stealing girls thing is bigger than we think. Not only because of all the girls that Tandy found that were missing, but with the fact that it kind of lines up with an old ancient, that's redundant, New Orleans story of the, what was it called? The Faceless Vampires? The Vampire Nuns? I forgot what it was called now, but kind of gave me a little bit of Originals vibes. But anyway, so we find out that missing girls have been missing for a very long time, but now they're starting to go missing at an exponential rate. So, damn. Ty and his mom get caught by a dude. Ty proves how adult he is because he actually takes the gun out of the dude's hand. Him and his mom work well together because the mom kind of talks him down and Ty takes the gun from his hand. Because part of Ty's story was just seeing that there's more to his mom than we thought, and then also for his mom to realize how grown up he's gotten. And so then he's surrounded by the gang members because the guy that he took the gun from called his boys before he did that. So they're all around him, and Ty's like, only option is to man up, be a man, turn myself into the police. So he calls in O'Reilly, gets O'Reilly to tell them that he's unarmed, that he's willing to come in, and she gets his mom, and GTFO. Ty's like, okay, I'm gonna just turn myself in. But then we see that the police aren't as reputable as we thought. I'm betting this is Connor's uncle coming into play, and the big bad who we have yet to see come into play, because definitely after this episode, Mayhem's not the big bad. She's just an anti-hero roadblock. So, yeah, the police are coming in like full-on SWAT team ready for a shootout. So, Tyler like, can't use my powers, so he's just like lying there in a dark corner hoping for his powers to come back, and luckily, because Tandy broke the rules, he does, and when he comes back, he poofs to the church, and when he poofs to the church, he takes back with him Tandy, Mayhem, and Connors, who immediately escapes. Breaks a stained glass window on an old dilapidated church. Asshole. But anyway, and so that's where we end the episode, which, oh my god, this episode was so good, but like I said, I don't want to go into too much detail because I've got another show coming, but so I will just end it there, and hopefully you guys stay tuned for that second show, In the Dark, which is actually a really good new show, which I feel may be destined to be a one-season wonder, even though I really don't want it to be. So please stay tuned, especially if you like murder mysteries stuff. Anywho, again, thank you guys for watching. Till next time, and beyond. Still not working. Oh well.